What's going on, everybody? I'm Fives, and today I'm going to show you 5 mistakes that I see a lot of deadasdisco players making and how you can fix them. Whether you're just trying to get higher scores or finish your levels faster, whatever you're trying to do, these tips should really help you. So let's get into it. The first mistake is not using the invincibility frames in Dance Move. If you're on Xbox like me, then that's up on the D-pad. If you're on PC, it's using your T key. Dance Move gives you a surprisingly long window of invulnerability, meaning you can pass straight through enemy attacks, including both parryable and unparryable ones. This is especially useful against guards and moshers when they're trying to shoulder charge you when you're fighting other things, and also during certain parts of boss fights. The important thing to know is that the invulnerability only lasts for about the first half of the animation. So once the heart appears on your screen and you get that audio cue, that means you're vulnerable again and you can be hit. So if you use it too late, like this, you're still going to get hit. If you try to do it on or after parry timing, you're going to get hit almost every time. So you want to treat it like an early parry. Instead of waiting for the last second, you want to activate Dance Move just a little bit before you would normally parry, and you'll avoid attacks much more consistently. Mistake number 2 is not using your aerial takedown. Most people use takedowns to kill one enemy. Instead, you should be using aerial takedowns whenever possible to kill more than one. The easiest way to set this up is using your sprint attack into an enemy, which launches them into the air, and then you perform your takedown input while they're airborne to slam them into the ground, instantly killing them, and also every enemy within a small blast radius around you. Even tougher enemies like guards and moshers will be instantly killed by this. Other easy setups for it include using perfect dodge counters against charging moshers, which will lock them into the airborne state and you can aerial take down them, or using your singularity attack on enemies, which is unlocked from the Aurora boss fight. This attack is really good for clearing waves quickly. The faster you clear waves, the bigger your time bonus, and that's where a lot of your score ends up coming from in some of these attacks. And one extra tip is that during your aerial takedown, remember that your character spins 180 degrees before landing. So try to have enemies behind you before you activate it so they end up inside the blast radius. Mistake number 3 is not really taking advantage of perfect parries as much as you can get them. When I watch a lot of community gameplay, this is one of the biggest things that I notice, that there aren't enough perfect parries. Deadasdisco really rewards speed just as much as it does accuracy and rhythmic accuracy. And perfect parries are basically free takedowns if you think about it. They instantly kill enemies and they let you clear encounters way faster and improve your time bonus. So don't leave those kills on the table. Same goes for environmental kills. Really using the environment around you when you're in boss fights, especially the trains in Hemlock's boss fight or the cars in the second stage of Prophet's boss fight. Make sure that you use those. Even if you knock an enemy into a train or off a ledge, do it. You still get the score, and you save yourself several seconds. And also, on the topic of perfect parries, please perfect parry your boss attack chains. When you parry the entire combo from a boss, when they're all parryable at least, it gives you much more damage than only parrying part of it. See, in this clip I only parry part of this boss's string and I get some score, some beats, but when I perfect parry all of them, I get way more beats, way more score, and I get way closer to my takedown much faster. Parrying the entire combo gives you way more damage. It's free damage, there's no reason not to take it. Mistake number 4 I see is leaking meter. I see a lot of people treat meter like it's way too valuable to spend. It isn't. I watch people sit on a full meter for 30 seconds waiting for the perfect moment, and then they'll hold Fever Rush for like 5 to 7 seconds while the rest of their meter completely disappears. It's wasted value. Instead, keep your meter moving. Use your showstopper instead of a normal parry sometimes. Open a wave with a Thunderstruck or a level 1 base invader. Throw something. Whatever gives you value right now. It's kind of like using your ultimate ability in a hero shooter. You don't want to wait for the perfect time to use your ultimate, you just want to use it when you'll get a good amount of value out of it. So when your meter comes back much faster than you probably think, so don't save it forever. Spend it consistently and you'll end up using far more specials over the course of the level and getting way more value out of it in the long run. Mistake number 5 is probably the most unfortunate, and that's killing your own combo. Let's talk about all the things that can possibly kill your combo. Getting hit obviously ends it. Whiffing attacks can also end your combo, although the game becomes a good bit more forgiving about whiffing your attacks once your combo gets above 20. If you whiff before that, usually one whiff will end your combo. After about this 15 or 20 mark, usually it'll take 2 or 3 whiffs in a row before your combo will really end. Punching defensive abilities is another one. Specifically, punching a guard shield or a prophet's gauntlet when he's blocking will make you take damage and immediately kill your combo. Because of that, I would very much avoid using Fever Rush against these enemies, because the attack buffers a good bit, and so it often continues for 1 beat longer than you expect or a little bit longer than you would like, making it really easy for you to run straight into a shield and end your combo off of that. There's also a bit of a hidden mechanic that a lot of players don't know about, and there's a sort of spam input penalty in deadasdisco. If you spam the exact same attack over and over, the game starts to reduce your score multiplier or sometimes even kicks it down. So try to mix up your attacks to keep your multiplier high. Use your different special moves, even use your held attack kick, anything that's different than just hitting your attack button on beat and then finishing will help you keep your score multiplier high and avoid that spam input. Finally, get your perfect finishers. I see a lot of players hit perfect attacks all fight long only to finish with non-perfect takedowns and lose about 0.4 to 0.5 of their multiplier. I can tell that finding perfect takedowns consistently in combat is a little bit difficult, but the easiest way that I've found is this. Once an enemy drops around half health, and you know they're about almost finishable, as soon as that next hit that would push them below half health lands, I buffer that takedown input immediately, even before the prompt fully appears on my screen. That timing has been the most reliable for me in consistently landing perfect finishers. I honestly haven't found a consistent method for things like sprint attacks or perfect dodges yet, so I don't want to give you bad information, but this technique alone will probably noticeably improve your score, and when I do find out how to do those, how to finish those perfect finishers better, I will make a video about it as soon as possible. Now, a little bonus tip I have for the end of the video is song syncs. I save this one for last because I'm still really learning how to best use this mechanic myself. But during every boss fight, there are scripted parry timings called song syncs. You'll know it's one of these because a parry prompt has a yellow star around it. And when you land perfect parries during these prompts, it gives you a huge amount of bonus score and multiplier. Now, these are always in the same place every run. It's very easy for you to memorize them and figure out which ones are where, but getting them to come out on time is a little bit difficult. You have to get the enemies to attack you at the right times. So that means not interrupting them or not finishing them too quickly. I found it a little bit hard to really find a way to get them all consistently in the same run. So I think as more of us play through these and we get used to it more, we'll be able to figure it out more. But I've started routing them into my runs because I know they'll eventually become standard. And I recommend getting familiar with them now so you're ahead of the curve. Alright, that's all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully you learned something new, and if you did, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to make videos on, something that I can help you with. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.